Hello and welcome. I'm Brittany Elliott. I help mothers reconnect with themselves through self care so they can create a loving and fulfilling relationship with themselves. Thank you for being here. This podcast is all about simple, sustainable self care that will help you navigate your motherhood journey and thrive as a woman. We are all at different stages of our motherhood journey while overcoming different challenges along the way. And we are all women with passions, goals, gifts, and talents that didn't stop when our kids came into our lives. Motherhood is easy to get lost in, and it's a big change. Change is growth, and growth can be messy, exhausting, overwhelming, beautiful, and amazing. In each episode, I hope you find a healthy mix of inspiration, motivation, and accountability as you continue navigating your motherhood journey. This is what self-care looks like. Let's get into it. Hello and welcome back to another episode of What Self-Care Looks Like. I am Brittany Elliott. I'm a self-care and mom life management coach. I help working moms change their approach to motherhood so they can feel vibrant, empowered, and fulfilled in their motherhood journey. I really focus on changing the motherhood narrative because we are made to believe that to become a good mother, we have to be self-sacrificing, and that just is not true. I focus on group coaching through my group coaching program, Reconnect. And I also provide a lot of different resources like journals, workshops, etc. You can learn more at backtoyou5.com. So today's episode may be a short one, depends on how derailed I get in the process. But we are going to focus on doing things for your future self. This is very helpful tool during the school year. I found it very helpful because the school year is very exhausting. Last year was my daughter's first year of school. Kindergarten kind of kicked my butt. There was homework and supply lists and different dress up days and things like that. So I was very much looking forward to the end of the school year. We got through summer just fine. It was great. And here we are back into another school year, and she's going into first grade. And I imagine it's only going to be more intense than kindergarten was, which is fine. These tools have helped me, and I hope these tools help you as well. Just to take a step back with Back to You in 5. So really the framework of Back to You in 5, it's about getting back to you by focusing on your 5 wellness points and doing activities that can really be done in as little as 5 minutes each day. So the 5 wellness points are social wellness, spiritual wellness, emotional wellness, intellectual wellness, and physical wellness. And all those wellness points really work together to help us feel the most whole as mothers. So think about a pie, a circle, a pizza, whatever, that's cut into 5 equal slices. Those are your wellness points. And you want to make sure that they are all boosted or filled to the top so that you can feel vibrant and whole and empowered and fulfilled. And a lot of times, we don't take an overall wellness approach to our self-care, or we're pouring into the wrong wellness bucket when something else is more depleted and needs our attention, or we just don't know what we don't know. So Back to You in 5 really brings that back home to the core elements of just focusing on those 5 wellness points. So that's part of it, your overall wellness. There's also this concept of the B room. And the B room is really the place where, or the time when you can hear your thoughts the clearest. And this is very important because this is the space you go to when you need to decompress, when you need to reflect, and when you really need to spend that time being intimate with your thoughts and your needs and your goals. Another part of that, which is what we're going to focus on in this episode, is the concept of doing things for your future self. Now, when I say doing things for your future self, I do not mean yourself 5 years from now. That's a little bit different. That's something that we do through vision boarding and goal setting, just something that we take a deep dive into in the program in Reconnect. However, in most cases, when I'm talking about your future self, I'm saying if it's a Friday, what can you do for yourself today that will help you out on Monday? Or if it's Sunday, what can you do today that will help you on this coming Thursday or Friday? So thinking more short term and doing things that are very impactful when you are actually in the right mind and open to doing things and doing more. And so we'll get into a couple of those things. Um, but it's very much important to take advantage of the times where you have bursts of energy. And I like to keep a list of things that I need to have done so that if I am feeling just unusually, I hate to say motivated, but just unusually energized and I just want to get things done. It's like, okay, well, what's on my list? Is it a household task like cleaning the fan blades? Or is it something I wanted to do outside? Like, is it shopping? Is there a new store that popped up and I wanted to go through the clearance racks there? Or maybe I just want to do some shopping. Is there a new wine place I want to go to? Is there something that I want to do that I don't always have the energy to do and don't always have the energy to think about? So I make little lists. So that's actually one other thing that you can do for your future self as well. So I have a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that we'll dive into in this episode. And then, subscribe, share this episode with other people. Email me, Brittany at back2in5.com. Let me know some other things that you do for your future self, because I would love to know. Maybe I can adopt some of those things as well. So number one that I'm going to discuss, and this is no ranking order, it's just the order that we're going to talk about them today in, is meal planning and prepping. So meal planning, to me, goes all the way back to your grocery list. So making your grocery list in advance, shopping that grocery list, and then planning your meals accordingly. And I had interviewed for last season Cerise Hawley, and she's a registered dietitian. So take a listen to that episode. But we talked about how she meal plans, and her approach is to make like 3 different proteins, a couple different vegetable options, and a few starch options. So she doesn't use those containers and plan exactly what each meal is going to be, but she knows she has a variety of proteins, veggies, and a starch so that she can go mix and match every day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, which is a really great approach to your meal planning because you already know what's there. You don't have to do any more cooking in the moment. You have your leftovers all prepared and you can attack it that way. So planning is very important with your meal. So plan a couple of days where you know you're going to be able to have leftovers. I am 100% a supporter of having one day during the week you actually planning like a takeout day. I think those are really good for our mental health to have those days when we're not the one doing the cooking. You can plan the days when it's your responsibility to do the meals versus your spouse's responsibility to do the meals. All of that is important. And having that planned out. I do a lot of curbside order pickups, whether it's Sam's Club, Walmart, our local grocery store is Giant Eagle. That place is a little bit more expensive, but I have done curbside pickups there. That just helps me stay on task with my grocery list. And it also relieves some of the anxiety that I have around shopping. Like if I go to the grocery store and it's just me, I'm completely fine. If I go as our family, I'm completely fine. Times that I've taken my daughter, just she and I out together, I feel very uncomfortable. I feel like someone's going to prey on us and we're just out there in the wild for the taking. I just don't feel safe when I do that. So curbside pickups, things like that have really helped me. There's also meal delivery services. There's a lot of different options out there. There are meal planning services. I don't use any of those, like HelloFresh and things like that. I've never taken advantage of those, but I hear great things about them as well. There's also one that has like crock pot meals. They just send you meals for the crock pot. So take a look, however you want to do it. Meal planning and prep does not mean you have to be the one doing the cooking. You just need to have a plan for where the meals are coming from. And that's something that you can do at the beginning of the week or the end of the week for the week ahead. It's almost like the end of the week is the beginning and the beginning is the end, depending on how your weeks go. But meal planning and prepping is a really good thing to do for your future self. Another one is to pick out clothes for the entire week. This is something that I've done since grade school. So, middle school, high school, I've always just picked out clothes at the beginning of the week. I also, when I do laundry, I hang my clothes up in outfits. So when I go to open my closet, it's like no matter what I pick, it's going to be a full outfit. Since I started my own self-care journey back in 2020, I've gone through and I only have in my closet pieces that bring me joy. So I really don't have to worry about if I pick out something and I put it on and I'm just like, nah, I don't want to wear this. No, most everything that I wear, I'm interested in and I want to wear it. I do wear a lot of black, a lot of black, a lot of basic pieces. A lot of what I wear is black on black. But then I throw in different blazers for at work just to step up my outfit and things like that. And then I have a few pieces that are for date nights and after work, things like that. So focus your energy there too. Like go through your wardrobe and make sure that it still feels like you, not just fits your size, but fits your style. That's really, really helpful. So I pick out for myself and my daughter, and what I do for my daughter is we have those like hanger hacks where you can hang, I think, 5 or 6 outfits on one hanger, and then it condenses, like collapses, and then it's a space saver for your closet. So I use that on the back of her bedroom door, and I hang her outfits for the week on there. So then when my husband goes to get her ready for the week, he just says, do you want to wear like outfit 1 or outfit 2? Type thing, but she knows everything she's going to be wearing during the week. If I happen to plan incorrectly, for example, if it's a rainy week and I thought it was going to be a sunny week, he switches out the outfits. Like he's completely capable. Me picking it out in advance is my way of being part of the morning routine, even though I'm not there for the morning routine. So that's why I do it, and I enjoy doing it because she's wearing things that I helped pick out or picked out completely. So when she comes home, or when I get home after she finishes her day, I'm like, "Oh, you look so pretty today." And now she says, "Well, you picked this out for me." So when she was younger, it was a little bit different, but now, you know, elementary school, she just has her own attitude, mind of her own. But doing things like that, really useful tool for ways to do things for your future self. Another one is to use a planner and to sync all of your calendars. So I still use old school pen and paper planner that I put all my stuff in. I also use just one calendar. So on my Google Calendar, for example, I have like commitments that I have for my business are on there. Personal commitments are on there. Birthdays are on there. When I'm traveling for work, that stuff is on that calendar. On my work calendar, which at work we use Outlook, I have my business commitments on there because it's usually somewhere I have to go straight from work. I have business travel, work travel, doctor's appointments, all of that. So I've synced up all of my calendars. So no matter where I'm looking, I know where I need to be and what's going on. The reason why I started doing that is because I'm just one person. I'm one me, and compartmentalizing on that level where it's like, what am I doing when I'm at work? And I'm only looking at work, and then I'm only looking at personal things, and then I'm only looking at business, wasn't working because I am a full-time employee. I am a business owner. I am a mom. I am a wife. I have household things going on. Our daughter, she has a lot of things just on her calendar because she's in dance, she's in soccer, being in school, she has more friends, they have parties. So I need to be able to see at a glance what is going on in my life holistically. And that has helped immensely really minimize a lot of stress by just syncing calendars. So I recommend that. It's really a helpful tool to help you set up your future self by knowing what's on the horizon and what's coming up for you, not you at work, you with your business, you with your kids, but just you, the person, the woman, right? Making reservations for future date nights. So if you and your husband go out for a date, say you go out for a night on a town, and then you notice that a new restaurant opened or a place that you forgot was there is still there, and you think, oh, I would like to go there. Jump online and see if you can make a reservation for that place for your next normal scheduled date night. If you go once a month, schedule it for the next month. If you go once a week, every 2 weeks, schedule it so that you already have your reservation. Because typically what happens is date night rolls back around and you're both looking at each other like, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? Whatever you want, whatever you want. And you're wasting all this time trying to figure out where you're going to go. And if you're like us, my husband and I, we just end up going to one of the 5 or 6 places that we always go to. This is a way for you to be able to remember your past self and trust your past self and say, hey, we decided we wanted to have this new spot down here. Let's just go. We already made a reservation. And the thing is, most places, they're not going to charge you to cancel a reservation. So if date night doesn't happen, you need to change a reservation because something else comes up, then fine. But in most cases, you're just going to be happy that you made the reservation and you're going to go because they're already waiting for you to arrive. So it's just little things. You might be thinking, Brittany, this is common sense. But for me, when I was struggling, like before I became the Brittany that you see with her podcast, like when I just had a shattered sense of self and could barely see 5 minutes, 10 minutes ahead of me, these little things would have helped me out so much because I was just so scattered and I couldn't get a hold of everything, which was weird because I had never been like that prior to having a child. I always had it together and was on top of things, highly organized, high achieving woman. And then motherhood kind of sat me down and was like, hey, humble yourself. You need help. You need support. You need tools, more tools, different tools. So I'm just passing those along. The last one I want to talk about, which is sometimes overlooked, is automation. So automating your finances. Financial wellness and financial wholeness is actually not a pillar under Back to You in 5. And the reason is because a lot of times when we're not doing well with our finances, it's because we maybe are emotional spenders, or we have some trauma around spending, or we are not spending our money responsibly due to some other issues that we have not resolved. And so, in my opinion, it's really best to get your self-care, get yourself on a self-care routine where you are prioritizing your social wellness, physical wellness, spiritual wellness, emotional wellness, and intellectual wellness, making sure those buckets are full and you feel fulfilled there, so that when you start to set financial goals, you are able to achieve them because you're doing it not from a place of desperation, not from a place of angst, but from a place of peace within yourself. And now these goals mean something, these financial goals mean something, and you're planning for something bigger. And I don't mean big like large parts of money. I just mean big, a goal that you can see because you've envisioned and you're saying, I'm going to save this money because saving this money aligns with how I want my life to look. Not, I'm struggling right now. I'm not going to save this money because as soon as I have extra money, I'm going to spend it because I'm so sad and I'm on an emotional roller coaster and I'm going to continue to save and then spend what I saved and then feel bad that I spent what I saved. So now I'm going to eat and now I'm going to be depressed and just, I'm talking from experience. So that's why. But this is a really good way once you do start focusing on your finances. Automation is really helpful. So you can set up through work to have direct deposits from your check that you're getting, different accounts where you can have your money deposited. But you can also set up automation just through your bank account, do bill pay options and things like that. But setting up automation for your bills, what you're saving, any investments that you're doing, if you do invest in like 401k, you set up all that automated. And it's just very freeing to know that your money is going where it needs to go. And then the money that's left over in your account, whatever's there, you know that that's the money that you're able to use for other things. If you're not at a step or in pursuit of financial wholeness or wellness right now, you can just disregard that for right now and then come back to it when you're ready. But automation has really been a game changer when it comes to finances because money stresses me out. Finances stress me out, just being the one who's on top of it. And my husband's like, we're just going to automate where we need our money to go. And we just need to make sure that the automations are set up correctly. And then, of course, I watched it like a hawk for a long while. And now I just peek to make sure everything should be where it's supposed to go, but I still check in on it. It just makes it simpler. And then I feel like I got distracted. What was I going to say? Oh, the one that I do the most on here, the biggest thing that has helped us with doing things for our future self is we keep a dry erase board, a magnetic one, on our refrigerator. And anytime we run out of a grocery, whichever one of us uses the last of, let's say, ketchup, we write it on the board. And then the next person who goes to the store and does the shopping, they grab whatever is on that list. So it's always a living shopping list for us. I use that when I plan our grocery orders, our curbside pickups. So I just go to the list, put in the order, whatever they happen to be out of, stays on the list, and I erase everything else. You could also do this through an app. I know there's a lot of grocery apps where they're shared apps. You both can do the list. But for us, what was happening is one of us would use the last of something and we wouldn't know. We would go to the store and then not buy everything that we needed. And for us in my household, my husband and my daughter, they eat eggs, they eat cheese, all that stuff. There's a lot of things that they eat that I do not. And so it's not on my radar that we're out of it, even when I'm doing a quick inventory of the fridge at times. So him being able to write on there when he used the last of things helps both of us be able to keep the right levels of grocery inventory in our home. And we've been doing it for so long that our daughter, who is 6 now, when she uses the last of something, she says, hey, don't forget to add this to the list. And since she's a lot better with reading and writing, sometimes she'll just write it on the list for us. So it's very helpful. So that's my thing that I've done for household future selves that have been very helpful. So I hope you find this beneficial. Pick one, pick all, pick some. Definitely do one. Share with a mom who could benefit from this. Subscribe so you don't miss out on future episodes. And as always, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate you taking the time to listen in and to watch and to support everything I do through Back to You in 5 and beyond. So until next time, take care of yourself and do something for you. See ya. Thank you for listening to What Self-Care Looks Like. Again, I am Brittany Elliott, a self-care and mom life management coach. I help working moms change their approach to motherhood so they can feel vibrant, empowered, and fulfilled in their motherhood journey. My group coaching program, Reconnect, is built around the 5 wellness pillars that will help you feel the most whole as you balance your motherhood role with your personal needs. So be sure to check in with yourself using the free wellness quiz at backtoyouin5.com/quiz.